This theme park season 2024 has been a really good but hard year. We got rides like Hyperia, Bobcat, Voltron. Those are all great. But we also we have to have the funeral today because there are 6 roller coasters that have closed and will not make it into the next season. This is very sad. I know that even if none of these rides are your favorite, there's somebody's going to have sentimental attachment to it. And to make matters a little bit worse, the some of these corporate companies didn't even make an announcement to when any of these would be closing. I mean, Busch Gardens didn't announce until like the week or two of Scorpions closing. We heard nothing from Six Flags on the 3 roller coasters that they closed. There's just a lot of speculation that only leads to doubt in these companies. I mean, let's be fair. The companies are there to make money and support the people that work in it. I'm not saying anything is wrong there. What I am saying is wrong is you're not going to get a lot of money if you don't let people know that, hey, oh, there's this iconic roller coaster that's been here for 20 years, world's tallest roller coaster. You have this date to go and ride it. So I just feel like there's been a lot of anger coming down to the last few months or even days of 2024. So we're going to break down the 6 roller coasters that I know of closed. If you guys have any more, put them down in the comments, and we're just going to see what they did for the park that they were in, what they did for the industry, and why we are sad to see them go. So, get your tissues and let's cry about it together. Stay tuned. All right, just to go out on a limb here before we start, this is just a random list. I put these roller coasters in a particular order. Yes, the 2 big roller coasters that we lost this year are going to be towards the end, but I didn't really rank them like, oh, I'm so sad to that I didn't get to ride this ride. It's all very sad that they're going, and we wish that we had more time with them. So that's a little disclaimer. So first up, we have Wild Train. This is at a very small amusement park in Salzburg, Austria, and the park is named Tasmania. That's what it is. But this is a PAX Rides roller coaster. PAX is a Russian company known for making these weird but really good roller coasters. It looks like um, this one operated from April 23, 2005 to October 31st, 2024. So guess like it didn't go trick or treating on that one, or it's the last treat that I got. This one only lasted 19 years, so fairly short amount of life. Now this one I didn't really see any like significant things that it did. I know that it gave crazy airtime to guests, and I know that it brought a lot of people from Salzburg, Austria, into this cute park. Now, why is it closing? We got there's these drive tires that pushes it up the lift hill, and even if there was one drop of rain, they would close it down um, to prevent rollbacks. They didn't have anti rollbacks on this roller coaster, so totally understandable. Now, what is it replacing it? Something like Voltron is replacing it. This ride, while it's very like mild, I would say mild. I would say mild. They're getting something better, but I almost wish that they kept this ride and got something like Voltron and put it somewhere else to get a 1-2 punch, even add more people to the park. But they didn't. So let's move on to the next roller coaster. You will be missed, Wild Train. All right, coming in next is La Vibrora. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I know it's about a snake though. It's an Intamin bobsled, the last one, and it was home first as Sarajevo Sledders at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Got relocated here, almost something like Alpine bobsleds at Six Flags Great Escape, and also same thing. We got this ride was made in May 12th, 1984, and it closed around the same time as King the Ka and Green Lantern did. But 60 years, oh my gosh. That is by far the oldest roller coaster on this list. Now, why did the park get rid of it? Again, very unreliable. I also don't think it was very popular. Yes, I think it had some fans, and obviously, again, there will be some sentiment to this. I'm not saying that it wasn't loved, but it's getting they're tearing it out to make way for the new. They're making way for whatever was on that list for their investment. Now, again, going back to the way that they handle this, they just closed it down after a night and didn't say anything to anybody. Like, I mean, it still says that it's open on their website, but it's clearly closed. RCDB deemed it closed, and this thing is goner. So, yeah. Again, what is up with these parks not putting out a closing date? Very weird. Let's move on. All right. So let's go to Six Flags Great Adventure, and this is not going to be the first time that we go here. But before I cover that first green coaster, let's go to other parts of the park that these things just got the axe. So we got um I'm pretty sure it was Twister. Twister, the top spin over by King Dakar. Parachutes have also been closed for a while as well, but now those are going down. We also got the Skyway closing again, just taking away that view that's very iconic in that park. But for the first roller coaster on this list, we have Green Lantern closing. First, it was called Chang at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom at the time. It's just known as Kentucky Kingdom now. And this operated there from April 4th, 1997. That's the original opening. And then May 25th, 2011, that's when it made its debut here. And then November 10th, 2024 was the closing of it. So I I didn't really go on it. I've never been on a stand-up coaster. I heard this one was one of the worst. Definitely got the most headbanging. So I don't know. I don't know how I would have done on it. But again, another roller coaster on here that the the park didn't give any notice about, and I feel like that's a very bad strategy. We're gonna be talking about this the whole way. I mean, both how they did King the Ka in this ride. And I will applaud the coaster enthusiasts for undermining everything. They undermined everything. And they came and supported them when they didn't even know when it was closing. So I applaud them. So now let's go to Scorpion. Now this one is definitely a sentimental one to me. I it was my first ever roller coaster. I rode it when I was 6 or 7, and that was no, my mistake. It was my first roller coaster that went upside down. So riding that, I obviously fell in love with roller coasters, and going over that loop, I thought, hey, if I can do this, I can do anything. This is what made me stronger and love roller coasters. And a lot of my friends grew up, again, same thing, coming and getting their first upside down ride on this. So very sentimental to me. Lasted 44 years, very great, very solid. May 16th, 1980, and then it closed September 2nd, 2024. I'm not as upset about, yes, it was running very rough. Schwarzkopf, the company that made it, is no longer around, so finding the parts could be expensive. Um, and yeah, it's sad to see it go, but they're expanding, and old rides are always gonna get put out, and new rides are gonna come back in. That's just the thing of the park. So let's go to the top two. Now, just like how Scorpion or Dododonpa was kind of a blow to, was already a blow to the industry itself. I mean, fastest accelerating roller coaster, no more. Scorpion has been a lot of people's like first baby step roller coaster, gone. Just as those two made an impact, this one, I think, probably hurt the coaster industry a lot. And this is King the Call. This one only closed November 10th, 2024, so literally last weekend. And at first, when I heard about this, I was like, are you sure? I mean, I was hearing it from coaster enthusiasts. I was like, are these rumors actually true? Oh my gosh, King of the Ka is coming down. And I'm like, stop. There's no way. I was one of those non-believers. But here we are. King of the Ka is now done. And along with that, probably the end of tall hydraulic launch coasters. Again, this roller coaster was opens May 21st, 2005, and closed November 10th. And this ride had an impact on people. I mean, a lot. It's near a lot of big cities. You got Atlantic City in New Jersey. You got Philadelphia. You got New York City. You got so many people right there. And also, it's an icon. I mean, if you go anywhere, somebody's gonna say, "Hey, did you ride the King Ka? Hey, I heard that ride was really scary." And in fact, I don't know. I don't know. I'm 0-2 on Stratocoasters. I'm probably the only enthusiast that is gonna say that. Um, but in all seriousness, I think it may have been a good decision on a good but sad decision on Six Flags' part to get rid of it and get something more entertaining, even though that it's not all we wanted. But hey, we're getting a multi-launch coaster, so trade launch coaster from a launch coaster. Again, these were not in a particular order. I mean, maybe the top two were, but these are just what my thoughts were. I'm gonna come out with a video of the end of an era. If you want to go check that out, that will be out soon. And make sure to like and subscribe. Put your comments down below on which one you have missed the most. Do, 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 do. And all of these won't be missed a lot. So, as 2024 comes into a close, we're going to keep coasting on to 2025. Hopefully, it will be better. Let's go to 2025. Goodbye.